All praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakahakodash. Next, I want to give double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the Lord's elect. To my left here on End Time Headlines, Iran completely rejects Trump's 15-point ceasefire plan. Iran completely rejected President Trump's 15-point peace plan on Wednesday and put forth its own maximalist demands to end the war. After the president claimed that Iran agreed to major components of his peace plan, including giving up their nuclear weapon ambition, Tehran told mediators that Trump's plan was unacceptable, according to state media. Iranian lawmakers have instead presented their own deal that would see the Islamic Republic rule over the Strait of Hormuz and ensure its safety, along with that of its terror proxies abroad. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, which has consolidated power within the remains of Tehran's regime, vowed to keep the war going until the U.S. closed all American bases in the Gulf and provided reparations for its attacks on Iran. And we know that proud Esau Edom, the so-called white man, them top banking families, they're not going to do that. And this is of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, because Babylon the Great, America, is getting ready to be judged by nuclear fire, by the Heavenly Father. Jeremiah 15 verse 21, go up against the land of Merathaim. That means double rebellion. Even against the inhabitants of Pekod. Let's get that word Pekod. I believe it means visitation, but I just want to make sure.
489. Pekod. Pekod.
Visitation. So yeah, I was right. It means visitation because the Lord is visiting this place. And waste and destroy after them, saith Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and do according to all that I have commanded thee, Salakia. I'm a bit excited. A sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Because that's what's going to happen. I have laid a snare for thee. The Lord has you devils in a trick bag. And thou art also taken, O Babylon, O America, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation, those nuclear missiles. For this is the work of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. Yeah, you elites. This is what's coming to your great whore Babylon. Come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. Slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation. You see? The Lord is visiting you devils. Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow. Camp against it round about, let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she have done. Do unto her, for she have been proud against Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, against the Holy One of Israel. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi of hosts, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. And this is why. For your treatment against the children of Israel, all you heathen are getting ready to be cast down. Thus saith Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi of hosts, the children of Israel, and the children of Judah were oppressed together. And all that took them fast, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. Their Redeemer is strong. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. You see? Let's go get Jeremiah 25 and 15. For thus saith Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, God of Israel, he's the God of the Israelites, unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, these scriptures, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it. And they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them. Then took I the cup at Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi's hand, and made all the nations to drink unto whom Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi had sent me. And who did the Lord send us to? Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. Those mushroom clouds from them ICBM nuclear missiles, and all their hosts shall fall down, as a leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, those ICBM nuclear missiles. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, that's the Greek way of saying Edom, another symbol for America, and upon the people of my curse the judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with the fatness and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams for Yahawah. Bahasham Yahawashi had the sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Basra is another symbol for America, for it is the day of Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. And the NLT, that says, for it is the day of the Lord's revenge, the year when Edom, the so-called white race, will be paid back for all it did to Israel. And since we're on Edom, let's get Ezekiel 35. A message for Edom, Babylon the Great, Esau, Edom, them top wicked elites. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir desolate, most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. I will fill his mountains with his slain men. In thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers, shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, because thou hast said, these two nations, these two countries, the northern and southern kingdom, the children of Israel, shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, was there. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi power, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. And I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee, and thou shalt know that I am Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies, which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. Who was given to these devils? Who is the Lord talking about? Thus with your mouth have ye boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. You see? Isaiah 47 and verse 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance, and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon their ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment. And one day, the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection. For the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee, suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Thou art weary, you devils are tired. In the multitude of thy counsels, let down the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. The Lord said, they shall come upon thee. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. You elites, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Lord's not going to meet you devils as no man. Psalms 137. You devils are through. Remember, O Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, he's our power. He's the power of the Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you devils about to get paid back for everything y'all have done to the Lord's people and for how y'all ruled the earth. Your reign of terror, your reign of pride, your reign of destruction is through. Remember, O Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, the children of Edom, the so-called white race, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, destroy it, even to the foundation thereof, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. That's what's coming. Let's go Jeremiah 50, verse 35. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, saith Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon. A sword is upon her princes and upon her wise men. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon their horses, and upon their chariots, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her, and they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up. For it is the land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols. Repent, you Israelites. The Lord getting ready to destroy this place. Isaiah 19. The message to Egypt. America is spiritually known as Egypt. The burden of Egypt. Behold, Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Jeremiah 49 and verse 7, another prophecy against Edom, the so-called white race. Concerning Edom, thus saith Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi of hosts, is wisdom no more in teeming? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? All these stupid moves y'all making, this is of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. The Lord is taking the wisdom from you, devils. Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. If grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If these by night, they will destroy till they have had enough. The Lord says he's going to leave you with nothing. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. For thus saith Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, behold, they whose judgment was to not drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself, saith Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, that Basra, America, shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. Who that sound like? For I have, in the NLT, for I have sworn by my own name, says Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi. Who that sound like? I have heard a rumor from Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to the battle. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen, and despised among men, all these nations, looking at your shame. This is of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart. O thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle. You got these space stations, space weapons, satellites. I will bring thee down from thence, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Also Edom shall be a desolation, and everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished and hiss at all the plagues thereof, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. No man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. That's what's coming. Therefore, hear the counsel of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi that he have taken against Edom, and his purposes that he have purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. The least of the flock is that little tiny state of Israel, them Ish people who claiming they're the people and they're not the people. They drew Babylon the Great out into this war, as the Lord said they would, and the Lord got these devils in a trick bag. Now you can't get out of it. But ultimately, this is what these devils want. They want to put you people in a chokehold, and so you can be begging, well, we want change, and that change that they're going to offer you is that RFID chip, the mark of the beast, and if you take it, you will be destroyed along with these devils. The Lord's going to melt you. I got off topic. Salakia. Matter of fact, let me get this. Bear with me. Let's go 2 Ezra 15. Lord ain't playing with you devils, man. Y'all through. Behold, because this is going to keep escalating until it comes to this. Behold, in horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, many war instruments, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmanians, those are the Persians, the Iran, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, tearing shit up. And with great power shall they come and join battle with them, that Islamic NATO, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Modern day Assyrians is America. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, that wild man. And if they shall turn themselves, conspire together in great power to persecute them, then these shall be trouble bled, and kept silent through their power, and shall flee. And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them. You see? And consume some of them. And in their host shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. Behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm. Those missiles, they shall smite one upon another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth, even their own star. And blood shall be from the sword unto the belly, and dung of men unto the camel's hoof. And there shall be great fearfulness and trembling upon the earth. And they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them. Right? Let's get to that. You think the Heavenly Father is something to play with? Zephaniah 1 and verse 18. Salakia. Matter of fact, 17. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. You see? You see? Let's get Joel 2. The terrible visitation. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi cometh, for it is nigh at hand, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations, a day like never before seen. This is going into the nuclear missiles. Verse 3, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. Verse 11, and Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, shall utter his voice before his army. Those missiles are a part of the Lord's army. For his camp is very great, for he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Nobody. Nobody can abide it. Isaiah 9 and verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this war shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Revelations 11 and verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Isaiah 66:15. For behold, Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, plead with all flesh. And the slain of Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, shall be many. Let's get back to Esau. Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi's vengeance on the nations. Because Esau, you're the chief of the heathen. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. The Lord is coming to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. Verse 4 in the NLT, for the time has come for me to avenge my people, to ransom them from their oppressors. Isaiah 34, this is for the controversy of Zion. Verse 5 in the NLT, and when my sword has finished its work in the heavens, it will fall upon Edom, the nation I have marked for destruction. The sword of the Lord is drenched with blood and covered with fat, with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of rams prepared for sacrifice. Yes, Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, will offer a sacrifice in the city of Basra, which is America. He will make a mighty slaughter in Edom. Why, Lord? For it is the day of Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi's revenge, the year when Edom will be paid back for all it did to Israel. Let's go Obadiah 15, because you're the chief of the heathen, the day of the Lord in the future. For the day of Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Joel 3. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, the true children of Israel, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yahawashi. So over there in the so-called Middle East, this is why we have war brewing up, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Verse 3 in the NLT, they threw dice to decide which of my people would be their slaves. They traded boys to obtain prostitutes and sold girls for enough wine to get drunk. So the Lord said this, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, because all you heathen had a hand in afflicting the Lord's people. So proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, the heavenly host will be here. In the midst of World War III, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahawashi, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, is near in the valley of decision. Joel 2 and verse 20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army, that's the American army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, Saudi Arabia, with his face towards the East Sea, the Persian Gulf, all the way up to the Euphrates, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea, the Red Sea. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things. That's what's coming. Prepare war, the Lord said. Let me see if I can get this before it ends. Jeremiah 28 and 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Shalom, repent, Israel.